Lady Asantewaa was one of the most respected women in Ghana. She owned several companies, drove beautiful cars, and lived in a large mansion in East Legon Hills. From the outside, she looked like a woman who had everything: money, fame, and success. But inside, she carried a heavy sorrow. 2 years earlier, her husband, Kojo Ajiman, had died in a car crash. Their only daughter, Na, survived but lost the use of her legs. Since that day, silence filled their home. The once cheerful mansion became a quiet place where even laughter felt wrong. Nash stopped smiling and her mom stopped hoping. Doctors came and went. Therapists tried and failed, but nothing changed. Lady Asantewaa prayed every night for a miracle, even though she no longer believed in one. One afternoon, Na sat in her wheelchair near the garden fountain, staring at the flowers her father had planted years ago. She heard the birds singing but felt nothing. Then through the hedge, she caught a faint sound, a rhyme of footsteps and humming. Curious, she looked through a small hole in the hedge. There stood a boy, maybe 15 or 16, barefoot and dusty, moving to a beat only him could hear. He danced with joy, spinning and clapping, smiling as if the world belonged to him. Now lips lifted slightly. For the first time in months, she felt her heart moved. She whispered, "Who is that boy?" The next day he returned, dancing again. This time she could not resist. "Hey!" she called softly. The boy stopped, ready to run. "Don't run," she said quickly. "I saw you yesterday. You danced very well." He looked shy. "Sorry, madam. I don't mean any trouble." "You did not," she replied. "You made me smile." He blinked. "Smiled?" "Yes, I haven't smiled in a long while." "Thank you." He shifted. "My name is Kweku. I dance to make people happy and to earn food sometimes." "Now," she said. "Will you dance for me again?" He hesitated. "Inside this big house? They will chase me away." She smiled. "Not if I say you are my friend." Kweku stepped through the gate, eyes wide at the beauty of the garden. "It looks like heaven," he whispered. "Then dance like you are in heaven." Na replied. He began to move, slowly, then faster, his bare foot brushing the grass, his arms raising and falling with rhyme. Na clapped softly, laughing with tears. "That was beautiful," she said. "I am happy you like it," he replied. "People on the street don't clap like that for me." "Then come again tomorrow," she said. "I'll be waiting." Kweku smiled wide. "I'll come." From the balcony, Lady Asantewaa watched them quickly and quietly. Her daughter was laughing. And in 2 years, she had not laughed. Now she was smiling with a stranger. She whispered, "Who is that boy?" "Lord, maybe you sent him." The next afternoon, Kweku returned. Soon his visits became daily. He danced, told jokes, and acted out street stories that made Nan laugh until her chest hurt. Sometimes he sang silly songs. Other times he drew funny faces in the sand. Every laugh brought color back to her life. One day, Na asked, "Kweku, where do you live?" He said, "Anywhere I find. Under the bridge, near the market. It's not bad. The stars keep me company." "That sounds lonely," she said. "It's life, but meeting you feels like home." From the window, Lady Asantewaa saw them laughing together, her eyes filled with tears. "Thank you," she whispered. "You have given my daughter a reason to smile again." She told the guards never to stop the boy again. The mansion was filled with silence, began to echo with laughter again. One afternoon, Kweku arrived with folded piece of paper. "I have something for you," he said. When Na opened it, she was surprised. It was a drawing, her face, surrounded with flowers, smiling. You drew this, Kweku? Yes, I did. With charcoal from the fire near the bridge. I drew it when I was unable to sleep. It's beautiful, she said softly. You made me look happy. He smiled. That's because you are. From then on, he drew often flowers, birds, and portraits of Na laughing. She hung them on her walls until her room looked like a gallery of hope. When Lady Asantewaa saw the drawings, she said quietly, You have done what doctors could not do. Thank you. But she didn't tell the boy. Another day, Na looked sad again. Kweku asked, Do you want me to dance today? She shook her head. Not today. He smiled greatly. Then maybe I will sing. He began to hum a soft tune, his voice rough but filled with feeling. When the night feels cold and the road is long, don't give up, my friend. Tomorrow will be strong. Now eyes closed. The song filled her heart with warmth. When he finished, she whispered, Sing it again. This time she joined him, her voice weak but steady. They laughed afterwards, the sound echoing through the garden up on the balcony. Lady Asantewaa wiped her eyes. For the first time in years, her prayers felt answered. Time passed, and their friendship grew deeper. But one day, Nan's joys faded again. She tried to move her legs and failed. I hate this chair, she cried. I will never walk again. Kweku knelt beside her. Don't say that. You don't understand, she shouted. You have never been stuck like this. He looked down, then said quietly, You are right. I can't imagine that pain, but I know what it means to lose everything. He told her about the night he slept under the bridge, cold and hungry. I wanted to give up too, he said, but I told myself, if I can survive till this morning, tomorrow will be mine. He looked at her greedily and gently. You are not useless now. You are alive, and that means you can fight. If I can survive the street, you can survive this, she whispered in tears. You really believe that? He smiled. I do. And one day, you will stand again. Lady Asantewaa watched them from the window, her heart swelling with pride. This boy, she whispered, he does not just make her laugh, he gives her courage. One bright morning, Na said, Kweku, I want to try to stand. He looked shocked. Are you sure? She nodded. Help me. He stood beside her. Hold tight. Her shocked as he pushed herself up, her legs trembling, but she kept rising until, for a few seconds, she stood. Her tears filled her eyes. I'm standing, Kweku. Kweku laughed through tears. You are doing it now. She fell back into the chair but kept smiling. Even if it's just for a moment, I did it. Lady Asantewaa rushed down, crying with joy. My baby, you stood up. Kweku said softly. She found her own strength. That night, the mansion was filled with laughter again. The miracle everyone had prayed for had begun. Not long after, whispers started spreading in the society. Some said Lady Asantewaa had gone mad for allowing a street boy into her home. Others said Kweku was using her for money. At dinners and church meetings, people gossiped. She's spoiling her name. They said the noise reached her ears and her heart grew heavy. One night she sat in her study, staring at her husband's photograph. Kojo, she whispered. They laughed at me, but that boy brought our daughter back to life. What should I do? Her lawyer, Mr. Boateng, visited the next day. Madam, he said carefully, people are talking, oh. The board is worried. You should protect the Ajuman's name. She asked quietly, even if that means losing my daughter's happiness? He looked away. Sometimes reputation must come first. she said softly. Then what is the use of a name without love? That night she told Na what people were saying. Na begged, please don't send him away, Mama. He gave me back my life. Lady Asantewaa held her close. Don't worry, my daughter, my dear. I will never take him away. From that moment, her mind was made up. She will protect Kweku no matter what. A few weeks later, she received a court letter. Her late husband's relative wanted Kweku removed from her care. They claimed he was after money and that keeping him would disgrace the family. Lady Asantewaa refused to be silent. If it's a fight they want, she said, then I will fight for love. The day of the hearing came. The courtroom was full of reporters and curious faces. Lady Asantewaa sat tall beside her lawyer. Kweku sat behind her, nervous. Na waited in her wheelchair holding her mom's hand. The family lawyer spoke first. My lord, he said loudly, this woman has allowed a homeless boy to live in her mansion. She plans to adopt him. It is a shame to our respected name. Murmurs filled the room. Lady Asantewaa stood. My lord, may I speak? The judge nodded. She said calmly, I am not here to defend my name, but to defend love. 2 years ago, I lost my husband and nearly lost my daughter. This boy brought her back to life. No wealth or therapy could do that. Her voice broke slightly. If my husband were alive, he would thank me and thank the boy. She looked at Kweku. He's not a threat, he's a family. Turning back to the judge, she said, if loving him breaks society's rule, then let them break, because love is greater than pride. The court felt silent. The judge finally spoke. The court finds no reason to stop Lady Asantewaa from caring for the boy. Case dismissed. Na clapped through tears. Lady Asantewaa turned and hugged Kweku. You are home, my boy. He whispered, thank you, Mama. That night, they sat together in the garden at the stars. Lady Asantewaa smiled at her daughter, a new son. This, she said softly, is what family means. And as the wind rustled the flowers, their laughter filled the night's sound of healing, hope, and a new beginning. Weeks passed after the court case. Peace returned to the mansion, but change was still happening quickly. Lady Asantewaa had truly taken Kweku as her son. She gave him a room, sent him back to school, and later found a dance teacher to train him properly. Kweku studied hard. He was not used to books, but he tried because he wanted to make Lady Asantewaa proud. Every evening after homework, he still danced for Na. His moves became sharper, his confidence stronger. Sometimes Lady Asantewaa joined them in the garden, laughing as she clapped to the rhyme. For the first time since Kojo's death, the mansion felt like a home again. One morning, Na told her mom, I want to go out. Really? Out? Not just the garden. Lady Asantewaa smiled. Then we shall go. Kweku prepared a car. They visited the beach at Labadi. The wind blew gently. The sound of the waves mixed with laughter. Now watched children running in the sand. Kweku pushed her wheelchair closer to the water so she could feel the waves touch her toes. It's been so long since I came here, she whispered. He smiled. The sea never forgets anyone. She laughed. You say funny things, Kweku. I learned to listen to the waves, the sound like freedom. Lady Asantewaa stood watching them, her heart full. She whispered to herself, Kojo, look at our children. You will be proud. Months later, Kweku dance teacher told him, you have a gift. There is a youth competition next month. You should enter. Kweku hesitated. I have never danced on a real stage. The teacher said firmly, then it's time. He told Lady Asantewaa and Na. They both encouraged him. Though he looked nervous, I don't want to disappoint you, he said. Lady Asantewaa smiled. You have already made me proud, no matter the result. Na added, go show them what hope looks like. The hall was packed with people, bright lights, loud music, and many dancers waiting to perform. When Kweku's turn came, his heart pounded. He remembered the bridge, the cold nights. The first time he danced for Na, he whispered, "For you, my mama, for you, Na." The music started, an Afrobeat ran with drums and flutes. He danced like the wind itself, every move filled with emotions. The crowd went silent, then erupted in cheers. When the music stopped, people shouted his name. Lady Asantewaa waved her tears. Na cried so loud, her hands hurt. Kweku had won. After the show, reporters asked him, "How does it feel to be a champion?" He smiled. "It feels good, but I'm still that boy who danced under the bridge." Some people wanted to see more of him. A local producer, Mr. Ofori, visited the mansion. "Your boy has a talent," he told Lady Asantewaa. "I can make him famous across Ghana and even beyond." Kweku's eyes widened. Lady Asantewaa looked unsure. Fame can be dangerous. But Mr. Ofori smiled. "We will guide him well." They agreed to one short performance for charity. When Kweku appeared on TV, his story touched hearts everywhere. People called him the miracle dancer. Donations poured in for disabled people. Lady Asantewaa smiled through tears. But with fame came pressure. Mr. Ofori began calling every day. "We have more shows. Sponsors want him." Kweku's schedule became full. He came home late and often missed dinners. Na noticed first. "You are changing," she said quietly. He laughed. "I'm just busy. This is good for all of us." But her eyes told another story. She missed her friend and brother. Weeks later, reporters crowded outside the mansion. They shouted questions and flashed cameras. Asantewaa hated the noise. "This house used to be peaceful," she said sadly. When Kweku came home one night, she met him at the door. "My son, slow down. You are losing yourself." He frowned. "Mama, this is my chance. You taught me to dream. I taught you to value love," she said softly. He sighed. "You don't understand. I have to go where the world needs me." He walked away before she could reply. That night she cried greatly, praying he will find his way back. Fame grew fast but faded faster. Mr. Ofori booked too many shows, took most of the money, and left when things slowed down. One day, Kweku found himself alone, his phone silent, his account nearly empty. He sat under the same bridge where it all began. "Where did I go wrong?" he whispered. Rain started to fall. He remembered Lady Asantewaa's words. "Love is greater than pride." He picked up his old notebook from his bag. Inside was the first drawing he made for Na, the smiling face surrounded by flowers. Tears fell on the papers. "I have to go home," he said. When he reached the mansion gate, the guard stared in shock. "Kweku?" One asked, "Are you back?" He nodded. He told "Madam, I am here." Inside, Lady Asantewaa was reading when she heard the commotion. She looked up and there he was, soaked from rain, holding his tattered notebook. She ran to him and hugged him tightly. "My son, you came back." "I am sorry, Mama," he whispered. "I lost myself chasing the world." She held his face in her hands. "You were never lost. You just took a long road home." Na rode in quickly. "Kweku." He knelt beside her, smiling through tears. "I missed you." She laughed softly. "You took too long. The garden missed you too." That evening, the three of them sat together by the fountain. The rain had stopped and the moon shone bright. Lady Asantewaa said, "We all make mistakes, but matters is that we come back with reasons and lessons. Kweku nodded. I have learned that fame is nothing without family. She smiled. Then you have learned the greatest truth. They sat in silence, listening to the sound of water. Now whispered, do you know, Kweku? I stood again, his eyes wide. Really? She nodded proudly, a few steps, slowly. But I did. He laughed, full of joy. Then the miracle is complete. I believe you have enjoyed this first part of the story. Subscribe, like, and comment.